it's been used basically.
What do you mean it's been used?
You used it to summon me here.
Well, can't we have another one?
We didn't lose the pink one when we summoned the other guy.
Yeah.
How come you take
the pink one or
gem?
the orange one? I can't remember. How come this gem's gone away? We got the one back we used last time.
Do not strike or stifle with me, or I will make sure that someone else will take over your position. Helpful. This is look. You need to continue fixing this world.
Yes, by putting something somewhere.
We have a stone.
Why? Because if the gods all come down onto this mortal plane, it'll be the end of all of you mortals as for life.
Yeah,
well, this isn't even our world anyway.
We've got half a dozen of these gems, summoning stones. So
half a dozen.
So if we own them and we don't use them, then all the gods can't come down. So problem solved.
Like to completely freeze, half a dozen. I've only foreseen you going to 2 more places.
Well, again,
everything's murky.
Everything's murky. You don't know shit.
If you have that many,
a yellow one and a blue one and a green one and a purple one and an orange one and a pink one.
If you have that many, I weep for humanity because you don't have enough time. There may not be enough time to put them all back.
Put them back where?
Well, that's okay. Could you tell us where they go?
I only know of one on the Isle of Sands and one on Mount.
You clearly don't know about the one on the Isle of Sand.
I just know there is a place on the Isle of Sands in which Medusa
is.
What
place is that?
The place where Medusa is. Helpful. That's very helpful. Could you give us directions?
There's people on the Isle of Sands who can help you.
GPS coordinates, please.
Oh, so there's people at the location where we're trying to go who can help us.
Well, the locals will know what is part of their lore and thing. If I
all right,
yeah, but wouldn't
temples move and places of worship change?
But why? Like clearly, the universe or whatever have made us come here to talk to you to figure out something, but you know nothing that we can use, other than go where we were supposed to go anyway.
That's what the cleric told.
Pretty much.
You know, jack shit. I'm done with you. I'm out of here. You're wasting my time.
I'd like to offer you as a proposition.
Me or them? You said
I'm talking to the god.
The god. Okay, sorry. Go on. Yeah.
I'm one of those diviner wizards. I see things that are going to happen, so would you care to enlighten me with what it looks like, the location for this sandstone to go? And maybe the other one as well, and the one after that, and the one after that. Maybe all of them.
I reckon we should play a game. The wizard versus Prefix.
Who can predict those things?
I will do 3 different things. You both have to tell the dwarf what you think I'm going to do, and whoever gets it right, best 2 out of 3. If we get it right, you have to tell us everything we want to know and stop bullshitting about what you don't know.
Actually, first I want to roll insight on the fucking guard because, like, maybe they honestly don't know shit.
Right, I scored an 8. That's a 9.
9 plus 5, so that's 14.
Does the gnome want to try too?
What are we rolling? Insight?
Insight to see if she's bullshitting her.
Is it plus dex?
No.
No, sadly not.
Plus wisdom, I think that's 4. So yeah, 18.
No, your wisdom is 2.
Okay, intelligence is 4 though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well I rolled a 16 anyway.
You believe she's just like they are really confused. They're really confused with what the fuck's going on because of the fact that the world is so what they're saying is true. They're not sure. They just know they need to go and talk to the other gods. They'll sort out their family, and that which they've said twice now, and they need you to continue to put back whatever Pandora's taken out.
But how does Pandora, if she's not a god, have so much power?
That's a good question.
Who gave her the box? Who gave her the box?
Have you heard of
No.
Another person called I don't know how to come up with a better name than Loki? You know, he was a god at some stage.
Oh
I've
yes,
never
he's
heard
got
of
a
him.
brand new show on on TV.
yes, that one.
And what
The-
have you
the
got?
very
You
same,
haven't
the
even
very
got a
same.
show on TV.
It's some people. So like Pandora, she is the son of a god or the daughter of a god, and she has.
Son of a gun.
I wish. She's daughter of a god, so she possesses her innate abilities, and she gets up to mischief and tricks. I'm surprised, Noam, you don't even worship her.
You were
That's
talking
getting
about
off topic. Could you show me where these gems are supposed to go? Some sort of vision would be nice.
you were
I'm all
talking
open to
about how we needed to be a specific place to get these gems to work, but like
Yes.
shouldn't gods have the power to, with the gems, contact each other at least?
We live in a different plane of existence. We can communicate through that. Some gods live.
Yeah, so if you go back, but you give us the red fucking gem, we can then call you after you've talked to the others.
My gem only works in this place. This is my place of worship. This is the place where I'm.
Yeah, but
the
surely
veil is
you would
closest.
go back to the god of the plane of existence thing, talk to the other gods, and then we call you back here.
Who decided on your place of worship?
The people in the past. It was one of the first temples built.
So if I decide there's another place of worship,
No, it's similar to your some of your new faiths where you have churches or temples scattered
if
off.
we
There's
build
well,
There's
we
one
one
main
decided where those
temple.
places of worship were.
Yeah.
We just
So
put
what?
them down
How does
and said,
how
I
does
want one here. And so we
how-
built one.
yeah? Basically.
So if I want a shrine to Krufix, I can build a shrine to Krufix.
Yes, but
And then I can summon you there.
it won't be the same. You haven't had thousands and
Well, I'm
thousands.
aware
of
it won't be the same. It's not the same as this. It hasn't got quite the same aesthetics as a giant dungeon with a zombie woman who we just killed. But you know, if you could give us a gem, I could summon you anywhere. I'll build a little shrine, make it all nice, stick some flowers on it for you. And then we can have a serious discussion about what this means.
That's not how this works. That there are specific temples and specific places that are necessary.
But
Well,
how
that's all
did
right.
they
We just
come to
import the
get?
temple.
How did they become these specific temples? Like, is that just
Who
through
decided on these
time?
temples?
So through yeah,
I
somewhat,
didn't vote for them.
my child. So so for Krufix, for instance, so much people worship her in particular forest during before harvest, or when actually seeds are planted more so than harvest.
We weren't worshipping Krufix in the harvest.
The Karametra, sorry, good point. So sorry, Karametra. Jeez, that's just me fucking up, not the actual god. Sorry, Karametra. So much people worshipped her for so long in those specific areas in order to be one with the god that over time and over decades and decades, those areas became so strong with her, like worship to her, that the veil of existence was shrunk.
But surely the veil of existence must have changed from not working to working at some point.
Well, it's always there unless you have the stones. You cannot bring them back. You can't. Sometimes some gods can be trapped in a form of stasis until they're released, which is why I want to go now and check, because I have
So
been
how
in a
did the
state of
stone
existence.
get into the world?
Magic.
Yar! I'm aware
Snaps
of
his
that.
finger.
What kind
Magic.
of magic? And how do I make one?
You don't just simply make.
Because we can't have been the first ones to summon you here. There was only one red stone in the eye, and I bet you there was another one that someone else used before us.
No,
Although why they didn't
the
take the second
the
one, I don't quite
stones
know.
get brought back to this plane by those but by our children and our children's children who have possessed the power to go between the planes, because some gods have slept with mortals before, and when they've
Have
slept
you
with
slept
mortals,
with
they've made
mortals?
children on both planes.
How does that make a stone?
Make you stones.
How does the mortal child of a god get a stone? And has Pandora got one? In which case, which colors of the stones we've seen is Pandora's, and how do we get
As
her
I've
here?
told you, I've never found Pandora.
Well, exactly. But if she's a child of a god, she can bring stones into the world. Therefore, which stones does she bring in?
No. So
What god is she a child of?
Yeah, which
so-
god is she a child of?
He's her daddy, and what does he do?
so the way the stones work is as the child was born, there was the weave. There was weave in the air, and they were trapped into a stone that lay beside the child. They were used for the child to communicate with us, and then the child left it behind in the world, or if they weren't stolen.
Could you possibly have a kid so we can get another stone?
It's like, no, I'm not supposed to be on this plane. If I stay here for too long, I will. Well,
tough shit. You're here now.
Well, yes, I like don't know what's going on because
I will ask you once. I will ask you once and only once. Who's Pandora's daddy?
I do not know.
What do you mean you don't know?
You really don't know any
This should be ancient knowledge. You should know this, even if the fucking clouds are cloudy.
Murky. You would know it from
when the clouds are murky. I don't know much because I get all my knowledge. All my knowledge is linked to the clouds.
When the clouds are murky, you call a weather wizard, don't you? And you clear the clouds. So here I am. I've got the wind powers to clear the clouds and find out who the daddy is.
Hold on, you get dumber by the weather.
All I'm thinking of is Jerry Springer, and the father isn't. Sorry.
In this case, what if I was to cast a fog cloud in here?
Then you'd know shit.
Even dumber still.
The wizard, you should know as well as I do that when we check to see what's going to come in the next day, when you roll your bones and dice onto your mat, that comes from the skies. You are not always right, nor are you always wrong. But when the universe is true and in the correct position, you know what is going to happen. You have a feeling.
Well, I have an approximate estimation about a day in advance, but the fact remains, you've had quite a few days, and Pandora was born a long time ago, especially you had problems with her before. Therefore,
yes, she keeps escaping my gaze.
She hasn't died yet.
Yes,
why hasn't she died yet?
Is Pandora older than you?
Who's her daddy? We'll summon him here and get him to talk to us.
Is Pandora older than you?
No, Pandora's not older than me.
Right, in which case you were around when she was born. Who's her daddy? And we'll talk.
Yes, but many gods have hermit lives. We don't all live in a commune.
You're the god of knowledge and the god of seeing things. You must have seen.
No, I am the god of mystery. And hold your tongue, sir.
With her damn life to give her this box.
She's only interfered with me once she's only interfered once in the past in such a way, and she's never interfered. When she interferes in the other time she's interfered, it's been so obvious, it's been so easy for me to stop. My job is to make sure that us gods do not stifle or get involved in the ways of men.
Your job is to stop the gods getting involved with the ways of men. But the gods end up getting involved with the ways of men and having babies. Which seems like it's entirely in your jurisdiction to know which gods have babies with which members of the men family.
It sounds like the gods are having their way.
Entirely in your knowledge to know which ones had the babies where and when.
You can't tell the father. Can you then tell the mother?
That'd do as well. Which one was the mother? If the god wasn't a father, was the god a mother instead? It's entirely in your jurisdiction to know these things. You're trying to stop people meddling with human affairs while they're having babies. And those babies are trying to end the world. Therefore, it's in your best interest and our best interest to A, not end the world, and B, find the babies.
Just going on a baby hunting spree.
Who the hell is she?
I don't know if you've noticed, Tiberian, but you've picked the wrong time to make a break because you should have used it now.
Yeah, I really should. I really should. But you know what? It's called being a shit DM, and I've never said that I was good at this. So, the most likely person who would have summoned or would have created Pandora would have been it's Phoenix, but it's not really Phoenix. It's Phoenix. Yeah. So Phenax, which is the god of big tricks and deception. That is the most likely. That is the most likely father of that.
What kind of probabilities are we talking? Most likely.
Well, 99.9.
Well, she's the god of
surely.
She's the god, or he's the god. Sorry, of deception. So I presume
if there's no guarantee the children are like their parents.
Sounds like more like the god of Inception at the moment, having all these kids.
Did Phoenix have a favorite color? that you know of, oh dear God of knowledge.
I'm not the god of knowledge. I'm the god of mystery.
Well, that's fine. The god of mystery.
Actually, I'm the god of horizons. Actually, I've got.
Well, that's
notes.
wonderful.
That's handy. Sorry. This is the temple of mystery. That's what you mixed up. If they were, I would presume it would be green most likely. But like I like unless Pandora has we're talking about 90%, by the way. She doesn't talk. This god doesn't talk in absolutes. If you haven't figured that one out.
Well, that's fine because only a Sith
doesn't say anything.
But that doesn't matter. We need to get back to the point.
So, if the color is most likely green,
the other colors it could be if it's not green.
If it's most likely green,
like
we first off need to we need to find a dragon. Can you show us the way to a dragon?
Dragons? There's been no dragons upon this world for thousands of years.
Well, that's a fucking lie, because we were told to bring the green gem to a dragon. An emerald dragon, no less.
Well,
if we have the green gem, why don't we just summon...
Well,
the green giant! Why don't we summon the green giant? He'll know about the green gem.
But we need
that
the
needs magic beads, you baboon!
Well, that's fine! We'll get some of those. Where are they?
Can y'all roll me cards choosing saving throws, please?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Someone has had enough.
Yes, they have! 13. Go on.
12.
Yeah, go on, Talon. I don't think you're gonna fail, but go on.
Hold on. Right.
Score of 1.
13.
Oh, lucky you all beat the fucking 7 I rolled. Bastards.
Right, we'll keep you here for a bit longer then.
Yeah, let's continue with this.
It's approximately green for Pandora's daddy.
The light, by the way, the light that was emanating. Sorry, just first, the light that was emanating, that was like super bright. Now it's changing to a more red hue. Anyway, continue.
Well, that's fine. She might be spawning another gem for us.
Hellkeep, what do you think of all this nonsense?
Don't get passed out. He's collapsed on the floor. Do you want to go pick him up and just pick up his raggedy arms?
Well, maybe we should check he's okay. But right now we're having a deep philosophical discussion with him.
You're not having a deep conversation. You're just screaming at a god.
We're having a deep philosophical conversation with a god of uselessness. Rubik's can't do anything.
Dear god of not knowing, how sure are you that there's no emerald dragons in this world?
I am extremely confident because they haven't been around for over 1,000 years.
Well,
and that's 1,000 years from this timeline.
In the misty lands. There's quite a bit of clouds there, so you probably can't see them.
We have been quite literally jumping back and forth in time, I guess. So if we just go far back enough, we could find a dragon. You say?
Yeah, we'll find the dragons.
But if you keep time traveling, there will be. Most people
consequences. Every action has a consequence.
No.
And you're supposed to know all the consequences.
Most people have damning effects from time travel. I am still confused to why yous have had none.
Oh yeah, because we seem completely fine. There's no issues with us whatsoever. You're right.
We live the most normal life, summoning 2 gods in the space of 3 weeks.
I just arguing with them. You've argued with both. Next god's gonna fuck us there fighting back, cause Christ. What's your next question? Go on, let's go on. Let's continue with this for a while. Unless you're
what's next week's winning lottery numbers?
Those are useful.
Again, I do not.
What a surprise! He doesn't know.
Okay, so to clarify, the most logical thing you've told us and the most helpful thing you've told us is to put something somewhere on the Isle of Sand.
No, it's to continue forth to the Isle of Sand and then continue to Mount Cure. I hope it's Mount Cure. Let me double check that.
Mount Cure? Oh boy.
Can I ask a really weird question?
Like you already haven't. Or like I can stop you.
Well,
can't you?
You see these gems that you've got. These gems are created when a god makes a child. So how many children have you had? Because we've seen at least one of your gems. And which children were they, and what are they like? Can we talk to them now?
You see, well,
Please tell me you're a parent who knows where the children are.
my child is over 10,000 years old. I think I'm okay
Well, are
with
they
it.
still alive or not?
They are still alive.
Oh, wonderful. So they're not mortal, they're immortal. Fantastic. Right.
They
Next
might know
question.
more than you.
Where are they, and can we talk to them?
They are within the skies. You know the stars you see? The ones that move across? That is some of my children. I have had hundreds of children.
You had babies with the stars. Hundreds of children, that means there's hundreds of red gems. Can we have some? Where are they?
I don't keep track of all the gems. They're meant to be kept with the child. They're their way of communicating with me.
So where was the child here? Because there was one gem here in your statue. Which one of these entities in this building was your child?
Robin.
So I have a
I'm
question.
not going there yet.
Go on, Gnome.
Which one of
Go
these
on.
entities in the building was your child? then?
I know, the Gnome's gonna shout up as well. Go on, the next person to keep trolling. Go on, Gnome. I'll answer your questions in order. While I look up what...
What can you tell us that's actually useful?
Nothing.
if you...
Fuck all, I'm having a great time.
You're having a great time. I'm fucking sitting there going, bollocks.
What do you plan to do when we leave this place?
I plan to go and
We
communicate
can't,
with...
we can't leave a god roaming around, so we're going to have to get rid
No,
of you.
no,
So
I will...
why
I
don't
will...
you turn back into the red gem? We'll have a red gem. You won't be here, and we'll all be happy.
I am going to go and consult with my family to find... Which is all the other gods, by the way.
And your children, they're part of your family too.
Hey, I'm going to talk to the other gods to figure out what is going on, why I can't see or do it, to
But if you
know
don't
anything.
know, and you know everything, how are they going to know?
I can see what the skies tell me, not what is there in front.
Wait. So, like, this issue has been there for quite some time, and you're first now thinking about talking to the family.
I have not noticed up till now because there's been I haven't had any alarm bells ringing to state there was a problems in the mortal plane.
You've not noticed that
I
Pandora's
haven't-
box
I don't
opened
need-
fucking 100 years ago?
As far as gods go, you're pretty shit.
It was 100 years in the future, lads, when you opened the box. Just saying. You're in the past
Well,
now.
yeah, true, yeah.
Yeah. So current
But if you-
timeline, she wouldn't know. Go on. Anyway, go on.